Hello, arcade gamers. This is Daniel, back again with Biggie D's Arcade. And I want to welcome you back to my channel today. I'm going to be doing another midweek report. This is only my second one. And the reason why is I typically wait till the end of the week to do my chill and chat shows. And that's a full week's worth of information all in that one show. But sometimes, like today, we're going to have some just really exciting news coming out. And I'm going to want to cover that with my audience and the rest of the community. And today it was iiRcade. They did a live stream on their YouTube channel, and they had advertised this as a special announcement. So there wasn't really much other information that they had given, but we were all very interested in tuning in and finding out what they were going to discuss. They had started with these holiday deals, so I'll start the show with those, and we'll see if any of these are of interest to everyone out there. I know I'm very close to getting an iiRcade. There's a couple of things that are holding me back right now. One, I'm going to be moving early next year, and I just don't want to be carrying or moving any more cabinets than I have to right now. And then also I don't have the room really. I'd be having to push all my cabinets real close together to get one more of these in here. And I just don't think it's worth it right now to do that. I'd rather have the space in between the cabinets also. So that's just where I'm at. But I know a lot of people out there are in their new homes, or they have the room or the income to be able to purchase whatever they want or when they want. And this is for those group of people that have that ability, and that's the gold edition. So these are like your premium line. These are the best of the best of what iiRcade offers. And it's been really hard to find these. Initially, they did a introductory price of $7.99 for pre-orders, and that was for a very limited number of people, and those sold out very quickly. And then they did their initial, retail release where they offered it to the public, and it sold out very quick. They didn't have any for a very long time, and it's been that way until today. So they made an announcement on the show that they have some available now. They arrived in the port in Louisiana, and it's going to be the last shipment of this year. So if you've been looking to get one, and you've been waiting on an iiRcade Gold, this is the time to get one. It's a limited quantity is what they're telling us. And you can go directly to this website I'm showing to purchase them. And right now it looks like all four are available. So you could add any one of these to your cart and get free shipping as well. So that is another thing to note. Typically it costs $100 to $150 to get one of these cabinets. If you're in the United States, it's $100. If you're in Canada, it's $150. They're waiving those costs right now. So that's additional savings. But you could get any one of these, which is the Double Dragon, the Dead Cells, the Dragon's Lair, or the Space Invaders. I would probably be most drawn to the Space Invaders because it is a known title and people have seen this arcade. So it would be a good one, I feel like. Double Dragon is probably the one I'm by far most interested in. I just don't like, and this is something to note for you guys out there, if you get the Double Dragon, you have to put the decals on yourself. So they're going to send you everything, and you're going to have to peel the decals, and you're going to have to slap them on and make sure there's no bubbles in there and do all that. So I'm not one that wants to do that. I don't want to spend a bunch of money and then have to do more work. I'd rather it just come ready to go. So I would be the customer that would be liking or wanting to purchase the Space Invaders. But there's a lot of people out there that enjoy or would like to put those decals on themselves. And I'm not quite sure why they made that decision or only chose that one cabinet to do that with. It's kind of, strange, I believe, for them to do that with this one cabinet. But I'm sure they have their reasoning for it, and not sure if we know why. But there's another line of cabinets. They call this the original edition. So you got your gold edition and your original edition. These are going to be the line of cabinets I would personally be more interested in because they're more in my cost range, my budget, what I can afford. But $4.99 would be a good one because you could get your Double Dragon, Black Edition. Now, something to note about these, they're a lot less, but you're not getting the marquee, and it's not going to stand as tall. So, and you're not getting, I don't believe, as good of controls. I heard today in the announcement, they were very clear on that. You only get a 2-pound spring on the joystick with this original edition. If you get the gold edition, you get a 4-pound spring. So you're getting better controls with the higher end gold edition. But I've changed joysticks out myself, so I could probably change that on my own and be happy with the $4.99. But this one here is the WrestleMania, and this one's been available at Best Buy for a while now. It's been $5.99. That's been pretty much what we've seen it at for about the last year. I did see it for $4.99 about a month ago, so I do know they do run some deals on those every once in a while. But they're doing that. They're doing that same price direct to consumer through iiRcade, so that's kind of cool. But these, I think, are even more interesting, the Double Dragon and the Dragon's Lair, because those are also $4.99, and those have not been available at Best Buy. So for the first time, you're going to be able to get either one of those, Double Dragon or Dragon's Lair, for $4.99. And I believe that's the first time we've seen that price or that low of a price on these. But maybe someone can correct me, and maybe you guys have. But these are even lower priced here. These are $3.99, which is incredible. I mean, I think that's a really good entry point for anyone out there that's looking to get into an iiRcade. It's, very low risk at that low of a cost, I feel like. If you were unhappy with it, it's not like you spent a ton of money. So that's kind of a good thing there. But these, to note, you are losing a couple of features with the $100 of savings. You're only getting 64 gigabytes of memory, and they're what they're calling premium controls. So you've got Sandwall and you've got premium. And I feel like the premium controls are probably still going to be better than what we're getting on our Arcade 1-Ups, but they're not going to be to the level of course, the Sandwall. So, but definitely a lot to think about, and a lot of shopping to be done on the iiRcade website right now until Christmas time. So I wanted to cover that with everyone. If anyone has questions, definitely let me know. Put it down in the comments, and I'll help you any way I can. But I do pay attention to iiRcade, channel and announcements and news. So I'll be continuing to cover these products and these cabinets in the future moving forward. But what was more exciting than the deals, and what I think this midweek report was mostly about, was this title right here, Ninja Baseball Batman. I've never heard of this title. Never heard of it, never seen it. So I was kind of taken back at first because I didn't, Jong had really pumped this title up leading up to the announcement. He had talked about, how, important this title was in Japan. And he kind of laid out, why we never heard about it, or why we've not really known about this. And let's get into that. I think it was all very interesting. So it was a top arcade hit in Japan in the early 90s. So if you were to go to an arcade and you lived in Japan in 1993, the year this title was released, you probably would have seen it in probably any arcade, and you probably would have had an opportunity to play it. And it was one of the top hits. It was one of the most popular arcades there. So, imagine Pac-Man, imagine Galaga, or Q*bert, or, any of these classic arcades that everyone cherishes. Well, for Japan, this is what they cherished. This was the title that they cared a lot about. And you could hear in the announcement, Jong, he was pretty much the host and led the announcement. And you could hear it in his voice that he really cared about this one. And he was just really excited for everyone out there that owned an iiRcade to be able to experience this game. And I could sense it, I could feel it in what he was saying and how he was saying it. So it got me excited. And I started thinking, is it going to do well? Is this going to be something that people are going to want to buy? And is it going to be a console or a cabinet, seller? Is it going to make these cabinets and draw people to buy these and purchase the iiRcade? And that there was some research I'd done, and I'd also heard some other people comment on it. But MAME evidently has had this title for some time. They've had a version of it, and it's been extremely popular. If you go Wikipedia this game, you're going to see that the popularity has grown recently in this title on the MAME platform. And it's become somewhat of a cult hit just in the last few years. So this title has a lot of potential. And for those people that are already just saying that this isn't worth your time or it's not worthy of your money to buy an iiRcade, I think we should all take some time to play it first. That's my stance. I want to get my hands on it. I want to play it, and I want to experience it for myself before I make a decision on how I feel about it. But I'll tell you, from the gameplay I've seen, the reaction to that gameplay from the people that have been playing it, it's going to do well. It's a very good game from what I've seen. It would take a lot at this point for me to backtrack and say that, this isn't a very good or great game and something we should not be extremely excited about in the at-home arcade community. And that's been a big topic as well. And I watched Michael B's channel today. We had a long show this evening that we got to watch on the Game Genie's YouTube channel. And one of the biggest questions was, is this a AAA title? And everyone was interested in answering that question and commenting on that. And, it was a AAA title. I think we can say that with confidence that it was. It just wasn't a AAA title in America. It was a AAA title in Japan. So it's unfortunate it never really got its opportunity here in the States. It's never really got its time to shine. And it will now on the iiRcade. But my biggest concern and my question is, will it matter? Will this title get in front of enough people for it to matter? And that's left to be seen. I think the deals that iiRcade are running on their cabinets, I feel like the savings and them going out of their way to try to help get us into the lowest entry point possible for the cabinet itself is a good thing for them, and it's going to definitely help. But they're going to definitely have to increase their marketing and their reach to everyone else out there to sell enough cabinets for it to matter. For this title to even have a chance here. So I'm very excited about it. I'm going to be covering it over the next couple of months as this game is released and as we start to see more people play it and give their opinion on it. But I wanted to cover last and end the show with Super GameRoom Dudes. So I was invited by P-Dub's Arcade Loft to join the Super GameRoom Dudes this Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So I accepted, and I'll be on the show. And I know that this is new for me. I'm a new channel. I have a very small subscriber, amount of subscribers. I'm only just very little bit over 100. I think I'm at 120 right now, if I'm correct when I looked last. And so this is new for me, but it's exciting, and I'm ready for it. And I want my audience to know I'm ready for it. And I know I'm probably going to get grilled. I'm probably going to get some hard-hitting questions from everyone on the show about Arcade 1-Up and the things I've been covering on my show. And I'm prepared. I'm ready, and I'm going to make everyone who watches this channel proud and proud to be a part of it. And I look forward to it, and I hope you guys tune in. I'm going to put at the bottom a link to the show, so you guys can just click that and definitely subscribe if you haven't already to them. They're a great group of guys, and they have a lot to talk about. Me personally, I watch them every Friday. It's one of the best shows, best entertainment you can get if you like these arcades. So really looking forward to it, and I hope you guys have a good rest of the week. I will see you guys on Friday. And I'll see you guys on that show. So I'll see you then. Bye-bye.